Oh, you dropped it.
Oh, shit.
Nailed it.
It's like bucket list, like check.
Jane Orm's so stoked, he's just going to hit it again for the soul.
Hey Brock, how's it looking up there?
I have an exploded roller tensioner, so I'm not really going anywhere.
There was something really special about the photo. It just grabbed me. Seeing a skier jumping over a Porsche was just this amazing thing for me. And I don't even think at the time that I realized it was a famous photo. We all knew that this was going to be one of those things that was last minute because all the conditions had to be right. This gap is huge. It's like 50 feet in the air, 35 to 40 feet from the lip of the jump to the landing. Like there's so many things that had to be perfect. I was basically just waiting for the call from Colby to say, we're doing this in 48 hours. It's got to be a now or never. So I got the phone call. I immediately reached out to you and I said, David, are you down for driving up to this place in the North Cascades to shoot this shot?
Of course I was down. I mean,
Which
why wouldn't I
is
be?
nice. You've been that way with many things that I've done. I think you've learned that a lot of the stuff in my life isn't planned. So yeah, it was the phone call. It was, we're getting a bunch of snow. Like it's late in the season, so we're like praying for snow already. And we really got what we wished for. The guys had already started building the approach and the jump, making sure the landing was set the day before we arrived, which mad props to that crew.
Ready to off-road this in the snow?
Ready to off-road the snow.
Because you look like you got a lot of clearance right there.
Yeah, you can have another one. So they built out that approach the day before.
Yeah.
And then we went, and then it snowed again, probably another 5 inches. So we went down and I made the attempt to help them pack down the approach.
Yeah.
I think they basically just kicked us out.
Yeah,
and said,
pretty
just
much.
go shoot some photos somewhere else because you're screwing things up.
They're the pros. They know what they're doing.
And then it was like, we kind of lined up the shot.
Yeah.
You set up a camera for video. You were running drone on one side. I'm just the guy driving the car. And we got the phone call like, okay, let's get the car in position. Lined it up and did the countdown. 5, 4. I'm like, here it goes. And then the radio comes on and Colby's like, we got it. I'm like, that's it? That's it? Like all of this stuff, like 20 years of this being in my mind. And I'm just sitting in the car, looking out my windshield, and then like, spec.
It's there.
We got it.
All right.
Well,
What you got?
So my homie Justin just jumped over from like that dead tree up there, kind of where the bamboo sticks are. I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah. Over on the other side. And he took a photo of it. I was just gonna say cut to photo. Cut to photo.
I look at it through the eyepiece and I'm like, oh my God, and I lost it. Like, it was exactly how I had imagined. Actually, it was better than that.
We nailed it.
It's like bucket list, like check.
Check.
Jane Orm's so stoked, he's just going to hit it again for the soul.
Hell yeah.
And I walked back down, we were talking this out, and, I had a few other ideas. So I sped up the mountain to the big turnaround, and probably a third of the way there, it was like Christmas tree on my dashboard. Battery light came on, and then I think it was like, I noticed my steering got super stiff, and I knew immediately what had happened.
Hey Brock, how's it looking up there?
I have an exploded roller tensioner, so I'm not really going anywhere.
Pulled off my air intake and all the goodies there, and I immediately saw a problem, and the idler pulley had exploded. Like this forged, you know, molded piece of plastic pulley had just disintegrated in the engine compartment.
Oh no, what happened?
What left of my roller tensioner?
Roller tensioner?
Yeah, belt. Basically for the belt, the drive belt. Already disassembled the back.
Oh wow, you really put in some work while we were gone.
Yeah, I don't mess around. So yeah, you can see this right here. It's supposed to look like this right here. So it totally exploded and went somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
One was jammed underneath the one of the other pulleys, and it was just a disaster. And I knew immediately, I'm like, this is not fixable.
Yeah.
Thank God Colby got the first frame, because that's really all we needed. Then it was basically call AAA, which I will say is the first time I've ever put the 996 on a flatbed. But yeah, basically then it was sitting on a nice side of the road with some good views and a little bit of snow, watching everybody drive by and go snowboarding and sledding and skiing on the mountain. I was a little bit jealous, but we did have a few conversations with people, because I took the advantage of the time sitting there and the decent weather to open up the tent and air it out, because first time it had been popped all season. So we just kind of hung out and chilled on the side of the road, waiting for a flatbed to come and haul the car down to Porsche Bellingham.
Always such a nice day for this to happen.
It's the first time I've actually ever been stranded by the car.
Really?
Usually just a tire blow.
Goodbye. I'll see you in the morning. I stayed the night in a hotel, fixed it the next day, got on the road.
That was pretty much it.
I've got a nice relationship with Nokian tires. I reached out, I don't know, probably a year and a half ago, and I said, hey, I would love to run Haka Politas on the 911. And that kind of led into this thing, and the idea was to go up to the North Cascades, put these tires to the test, get this sick shot, and then it was going to be this great story. Well, my car decided to not do what it usually does, and we lost that idler pulley. But I called him up and I said, hey, I'd like to just finish the story. Like, I wanted to get up on the mountain, get some skiing, get some snowboarding in, do these things like that we had planned on, and finish the story. They hooked it up, and they made sure we were able to get up to Mount Bachelor and make some of those things happen. And we actually had a really great day on the mountain. Blue skies, bluebird days, 9,000, 10,000 foot peaks in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, big slushy, snowy stuff. Yeah. Come on, I mean, here we are, 600 miles, maybe it's 500 miles, but we run into Colby up off the top of Northwest Express, get a couple runs in with him and some friends that we didn't get in when we were up there.
Yeah.
It really did. It kind of just checked those boxes.
It finished the trip for us.
Honestly, it's not going to be the end of my season, but I wouldn't have been disappointed if that was the conclusion of my season.
Yeah.
And again, made the drive. Like, I mean, I've logged 1,000 miles in the past week, and the car's been amazing.
Yeah.
Tires are good. Feels good. Smells good. Super dirty. Can't wait to wash it.
Love that.
Like, all the things that make my road trips the memorable ones, I feel like we've checked off on this entire like little project, if you will.
Absolutely.
Here we are sitting at a campfire at a cabin having a good chat.
Absolutely.
Drinking beer. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
You got me.
You dropped it.
Oh shit! It didn't light.
Dude, this is so cinematic with the smoke.
Smoky boys. We smoky boys.
Yes, sir.
Sword tap. All right, let's go to sleep. Well, we should probably not leave these here.